Hey everybody, Jackal here. I'm your host at the Underground Gaijin channel, and I'm here to share with you some details about what I've said I've been doing for a while. I'm going to go over the passport application, documents you'll need, and the first places you'll have to stop on your journey to reaching Japan. This is my first of many videos to come, and I hope you guys find it informative and useful. I'm also going to be suggesting other channels you should check out. One's called Underground's JFAX. He actually has tips and little history things, artsy things about Japan. He's a great guy. Just check him out. Unrested JFAX. Another guy, he's actually, it's not just fun stuff, but he also teaches you bits of Japanese with every new video. It's Give Me a Break Man. He has two. It's Give Me a Break Man, Give Me a Flake Man. One is the serious channel, the other one's the fun channel. So, you might want to check them both out. I get new videos posted on my, not posted, but added to my list, and I haven't seen one I didn't like so far. Now, if you like funny, just kind of edgy stuff, it's not really educational, but it's, it's, hey, this guy's doing this from Japan, I might as well watch it. You may want to watch Japanarchist. He's kind of like the Tosh.0 of Japan. He's kind of quirky, and I mean, you'll never learn anything from him, but who knows? You might learn some new way to be funny. He's a good guy. There's this young girl from Canada, I believe, Ciela. I don't know if I'm saying that right. Starts with a C. Beautiful young blonde girl living in Japan, and I don't know if she's from Japan and she's Canadian, or she's from Canada that moved to Japan. I'd have to watch more of her videos, and I'm sure you guys could figure it out in a couple of videos, but she sounds so fluent. She sounds so she blows me away every time she opens her mouth, because it sounds like she's consumed the entire Japanese language. And if you didn't watch her face, you just watched, you put your hand to the screen and just listened to her, you would have sworn to God she was Japanese. Now, those are the top 4 people I'd suggest for the moment, but I'm always watching new videos, so if I see more stuff, I'll suggest it to you. And I'm going to show you a clip in a minute of the application for the U.S. passport. It's called a DS-11. And the DS-11, basically, most of it is 4 pages of just telling you exactly what you need, what it requires for children under the age of 16, adults over the age of 16. That's how they cut it off, by the age of 16. And most of them, it always requires you to have a birth certificate, but notice it's not a copy of your birth certificate. I guess you'd say it is a copy because the hospital gives you a copy, but that original copy, that yellow piece of paper they give to you, that's what you need to bring in, the original copy. You bring that in probably to your local post office. That's where I did it. And just in general, your best bet is to be going in on a Wednesday or Thursday, because that appears to be the nationwide. This is for the U.S. I'm not talking about the rest of it. I don't know. I don't live there. But for the U.S., Wednesday and Thursday between 1 to 3 p.m. 3 p.m. is their cutoff, but between about 1 to 2:45, it should only take about 20 to 30 minutes. And if they've already got you started before 3, they'll keep working with you It shouldn't take too long, and here's the rule though. They don't do passports if there's a line, and I don't mean a line of like 4 or 5 people. If there's like 8 to 16 people in line, best bet is to go home and check another time, or call ahead and see what they can do to help you out there. But like I was saying, I got this new camera, the bloggie. I actually did my old videos on that. I had to sell it and just got a new one. It's actually a little bit nicer. It goes over actually what you have to fill in on the paperwork and things like that. But there's 4 pages that I recommend you look through because it actually says all the documentation you'll need. It actually has this list here and says what you can apply for, what you can't. Most important thing is it says you need a proof of U.S. citizenship. Yes, I'm actually reading this off the page. I don't have a prompt or anything. I do this, well, like I am now. Like a normal person. Yeah, there you go. But anyways, it needs a proof of U.S. citizenship. And the best thing for that is, I'd have to say your birth certificate. Because it does say it needs a birth certificate, but I believe that's what it means. It needs your, it says evidence of U.S. citizenship that is not damaged, altered, or forged will be returned to you. Basically, if you try and doctor it, make it seem like, oh yes, I was born here, or you mess with it, or just take a copy of the original copy, they'll take it from you and you won't get it back. But if you bring in the original, they'll check it, they'll scan it, and then they'll give it back to you and everything's a-okay. But that's the first thing you'll need is my camera's kind of poor, but see that yellow color? That's the same yellow color yours should be. It's a small thing, and it's actually got the, yeah, you can kind of see it there. It's got a stamp that's actually imprinted on the inside of the paper. That's what you need. That's the first thing you'll need. The second thing you'll need is a copy of your driver's license, front and back. Just probably 2 sheets of paper. I have yet to figure out a way to get the front and back on 1 sheet. If you can, you're magical, or you just really know how to work with equipment. I'm not very computer savvy. I'm great with cameras and things like that, but beyond that, anyways, but you'll need that. Or else they will say, hey, sorry, can't do that. You'll have to come another day. I actually had to do that because I didn't know I had to bring that. Because guess what? I didn't read the paperwork. And then, once you have that, you have to actually bring your actual driver's license so they could see it. And then bring a photocopy to show that, yes, that's the photocopy of it that they can take. After that, you're going to need a recent color photograph. I mentioned this in the last video. You can go on, you can go to Walgreens. That's where I went. I only paid $15. It's about $12 plus processing fees and such, but about $15 solid. And I can't say about it. It's $15 solid, and it gives you 2 passport photos. And I think I've only seen that you need 1, but I guess the second one's just for good measure because they pick the best out of the 2 for that. So yeah, you'll need those because you don't pick it, they pick it. And then once you have your birth certificate, your driver's license copy, and your picture, all you need left is the fee. Now it changes depending on what you want. If you just want a basic passport book and passport cards. The cards are for your visas and for when you're going to another country, they'll stamp it for you. That is my understanding. If I'm wrong, please correct me. I appreciate your input. But you need both of these in order to go to other countries. Or to, hell, if you want to go to Mexico, you still need a passport. I'm not sure because I drive. I don't take a passport with me to go to Cali or anything, so I don't know if you actually need it between state to state, but I do know you need it to go to Mexico and Canada and Japan. So those are some of the basic things. I didn't say it, I just realized, but the basic fee is $165. That's about, believe it was 80 for the book, and the rest is for the cards. You can actually buy more cards, a set of 52 passport cards, if you go out of the country a lot, and it doesn't cost you any more money. You can just request that and they'll give you more cards. Of course, if you have to renew your passport or get another one, it costs exactly the same. So even if you're renewing it, it's pretty much the same process of getting a new passport, except for you don't need your birth certificate, you don't need your driver's license. You just say, hey, I have this old passport, I need to get a new passport, and they'll say, okay, fill out this paperwork. They will ship you your new passport as soon as the processing is done, and as soon as you hand them their cash, because they love their cash, don't we all? And let's see, next up we have the form. Actually says down at the bottom, it says places to submit the form, and almost all this, just lots of paperwork telling you exactly what to do, different fees for different things. Now, this is what it looks like. Yes, it's blurry. No, I'm not going to let you see my information. But you can do it online, and you can fill it out on your computer, and it has all your information. It needs your name, birth date, your occupation, your employer, your school, needs your address. It's just like filling out a job application. It needs to know if you're married, and then it has a few things like, have you ever had a passport? Have you been issued or applied for a passport? It needs the picture. It actually put this on this form. It needs to know like an email so they can contact you, your phone number. Very basic information. It needs to know your parents. Now this is important. I didn't know it, so I had to go back to my parents to get this taken care of. But it needs your parents' names, their last names, their I believe it's the maiden name, their birth date, their place of birth, gender. Oh, that's kind of easy. U.S. citizenship, etc., etc. And then after you have all of that, along with all the aforementioned paperwork, you go in there, you stand in line, and you get up to the counter and say, hey, I would like to get a passport. They process all your paperwork, check, and make sure everything's right. They give it back to you, say, hey, could you please check this? You sign in front of them. That's why it says on the paperwork, do not sign after filling out. You have to sign it in there so it can be notarized. Most of these people actually are called notars, or they're trained to be able to notarize things. So you have to have it signed in front of them so they can prove, oh, some other guy signed this. No, you sign it in front of them. Don't sign it before you go in there, okay? And then they process it, and then in about 4 to 6 weeks is the time they gave me. You get your you get your passport. I'm looking at my laptop. I said laptop, but you get your passport in about 4 to 6 weeks, and I'll show you a video in a little bit of step-by-step stuff. But it's very simple. Probably the easiest thing. And after the next couple of videos, I'm going to do one of the visa processes, locations, things like that. And if you have any questions, post me a comment, and I'll answer as soon as I can. Thank you. Have a nice day.